if we're gonna talk about Microsoft, man, I think this would be a
Yeah.
good tradition. And I'll start it off and just say, so I see a lot of the criticisms with Microsoft online. I hear a lot of them, I read a lot of them. My thing is that they got new leadership now, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take a while, or maybe starting with E3, we're going to start to see the fruits of that leadership, that new leadership change. A lot of people are still, and rightfully so, a lot of people are still, hammering Microsoft for the decisions that was made by different leadership, by different, group of administrators, different group of decision makers that are no
Mm-hmm.
longer really even at the company.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is that, okay, yeah, those mistakes were made, but we can't, as gamers, live on those mistakes or see what the changes come. So I think at E3, and this is on Phil Spencer himself, right? I wouldn't say
Yeah.
this if he didn't say it, right? So he came out and said, "E3, I'm bringing the hammers out." You know what I mean? Like he talking about it's gonna be games. He hyping it up. He tweeting.
Mm-hmm.
He on he everywhere. You know what I mean? Talking about games. So to
Mm-hmm.
me, I think Microsoft is gonna come with the games. You know what I mean?
Of
And
course.
I hope they do. I hope they do because it go.
They
Everybody
better.
knows here they're behind. So my thing is that that's the only thing that's going to sell this system at this point. The TV shit, while it's groundbreaking, while it's cool, it's not going to sell the system because they would have did it. I think the biggest thing that they're going to come with is a price drop. If Microsoft do not announce a price drop, then that's a serious issue. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to drop
Yeah.
$100. That's my
Oh.
prediction.
Connect definitely will drop.
Oh.
I don't think they're going to drop Connect because
No,
I
they're
heard a
gonna eat
rumor.
it.
They're not going to drop Connect because I know for a fact that they're making a game for Connect.
They're gonna eat that.
They got to
I
do
know.
something to at least get the consoles out there. I mean, it's the best way to compete with them price wise. Like that, make a version without Connect at that point.
It's
still
not
have your
happening.
version.
It's not happening. If that happens, I will be surprised, yo.
They need it. I think they need it. They really do. Because
But the biggest.
how else are they going to justify the $100 for
Let me
people to
tell
play?
you
That's
why
one
that's
of the
not
biggest
happening.
reasons.
Let me tell you why that's not happening. Because the Connect is the central part of the damn system.
It's the ecosystem. It's part of the ecosystem.
Yeah,
Do you really think though?
Yeah,
It is.
If
It
you
is.
took the Connect away from my Xbox right now, it becomes useless. Like, what the fuck is the point? Because
But then what else can they really do? Besides connecting.
take away the game, take away the games, and think about the functionality that it presents. I walk into a room and logs me on. I use voice commands religiously. If you take those things away, it almost takes the magic of what a system with no games has. Like shit, you know what I mean? Like
I mean, you take all those functions away, you end up with a 360.
Kind of, pretty much, if you think about it.
I mean,
But,
I mean,
let me ask you this then. Okay? If that's the case and they can't get rid of Connect, because I know a lot of different outlets and a lot of different places have been saying they got to get rid of Connect to get rid of that $100 difference between PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So if they don't do that, okay, besides Connect being bundled in with the console, do you think maybe they could give some more incentives through Xbox Live Gold to kind of get people more tight behind the system?
All right, so I'm glad you brought that up because you see that they're trying to provide as much value for Gold members as possible. They just announced original programming. I think they're gonna drop the paywall for free-to-play games and things like Netflix and Hulu. If they don't do that, that's a serious.
Isn't that already happening now? Isn't that already happening now for some apps?
No.
Well, I don't know because I remember someone saying
that. I heard YouTube was supposed to be. Google's supposed to be thinking about something like that for YouTube, but that's it.
Yeah, they need it.
It's a rumor. It's a rumor or something like that.
Look, they gotta make Xbox Live valuable, so they're gonna do a lot of those things and provide a lot of those original programming and things like that, just to beef it up. But I definitely think they're gonna take them paywalls away. One thing that Microsoft could do is lower the price of Xbox Live.
That is not happening.
That's not happening.
That is not happening.
You know what?
That's where they make a lot of their money at. So I doubt
let me tell you what they're gonna do. Let me tell you what they're gonna do. What they're gonna do is keep everything the same, But what they're gonna do is offer you like maybe 20 new exclusives where you can't play nowhere else but Xbox One. So they're trying to force, the general public to buy their product. That's what they're gonna do.
You don't think the price drop's gonna happen?
No,
I think they need it.
because
No.
Phil already said he's coming with a whole bunch of exclusives, and he said something like exclusives gonna win this war or something like that. He said.
You know what
That's what the man said.
I think they've been like developing their base in Japan, and I think we're gonna see a lot of like Japan IPs coming to
I agree.
Yo, that's so interesting too, because he talked about Shenmue 3, right? And I see a lot of people online talking about Shenmue 3 is gonna come exclusively to PlayStation.
I don't think so.
Shenmue has never been on a PlayStation platform at all, has it?
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Here's another interesting thing, though. Keep this in mind. Games like Persona 5, which is really big in Japan, are only coming out on PlayStation 3. Keep in mind also, Catherine was on both platforms and stuff, so they definitely need to get some sort of games or some sort of basis of games to really appeal to that Japanese audience like that. Because right now, Japanese audience don't give a damn about the Xbox brand at all.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, no disrespect to any Japanese gamers listening right now.
Oh no, here we go.
But
Big up Hyper.
No disrespect. Yo, y'all time is over, yo. Like,
No, don't say that.
Yo, Western, the Japanese developers are making Westernized games now.
Well, yes,
Yeah,
they are.
man.
But also keep this in mind.
Hey.
People are buying Japanese-based games.
I've been saying that, but there's only a handful of Japanese developers that are keeping Japanese original development alive, and it's only a handful, and they keep making games, and they're not changing, and that's fine. But everybody else is going Western. It is cool. It's cool.
But people still buy Japanese RPGs.
People are still buying those games. I mean, Platinum Games.
There's a reason Square Enix has Tomb Raider now. Let's be honest.
No, let me tell you something also. There's a reason why Square Enix changed up their focus after Bravely Default sold so well.
Exactly. Yo,
Yeah.
they were
That's
surprised by how
And
well.
keep in mind, Persona 5 is huge.
See, they were leaning that way until Bravely Default started blowing up, and they were like, "Wait a minute, we need to go back." They had to refocus because they realized that their fan base has been riding with them, but hey, they started veering off a little bit, and people were like, "Hey, man, what are you doing? Hey, where you going? Where you going? No, get back over here." And then Bravely Default came out. They're like, "Hey, welcome back. Come on back home." And so
The reason people think that Japan is failing is because Japanese developers made the mistake of trying to westernize their games, and it didn't come off well, so people kind of shied away from Japanese games. But then they realized that people actually do want to play traditional Japanese games. So I think now they're going to go back, and we're going to see a lot more traditional.
Let me ask you this then. But going back to Microsoft and Xbox One or whatnot, with that being the case, do you think that obviously they would probably maybe reveal a couple of Japanese-centric games during E3? Like, what if we got something similar to like Lost Odyssey for Xbox One exclusives like that at E3 this year? I mean, do you think something like that would be significant enough to really help out the Xbox One?
No.
it would help, but there's not the thing about it is it's still the install base. There's still more PS4s out there because there's not as many Xbox Ones. Some territories still don't have Xbox Ones being shipped, being sold. So there's still what is it 74? It's like 74-24 something like that. Like the PS4 is in 74 markets and the Xbox One's only in like
24
a lot more.
Like that. It's in a lot more. I know.
It's something crazy like that. You got to get
let
those.
me give you the two reasons. Let me give you the two reasons why Xbox One won't do good in Japan. Number one, price. You know what I mean? It's way more over there because remember, Microsoft got to ship it over there, so it's actually more than what you pay for it here. So that's one. Two, Xbox One, the size of it is actually bigger than the TVs they actually play on over there. They don't like big stuff like that. They're not gonna buy it. They're not gonna buy it.
No, they do.
That was random.
They sleep. He right though. They sleep in the tubes.
Right.
They over there sleeping in like tubes and
The,
shit.
the
Man.
capsule,
You know what I
the
mean?
capsule
No,
hotels.
but
The
I think
capsule
the main
hotels.
thing though, is like a lot of the
They do
big
have a
guys
Microsoft leg
on
in
a
Japan.
PlayStation platforms.
Hey, I just want to call bullshit on that.
They do have a Microsoft. They do have a Microsoft. They do have Microsoft Japan though. They do have a manufacturing plant in Japan to make. They can make Xboxes in Japan though. Just to clear that up.
They still sleeping in tubes though. What you was about to say, Ed?
Yeah, what was Ed gonna say?
I was just gonna say that was a bullshit like excuse because that first PS3 was big as fuck, just like the
Yes.
Xbox One, and they had no problem purchasing that.
The waffle iron.
It didn't sell that good over there. That's why they made the Slim.
Yeah,
That wasn't
that's
my
true.
whole point, but whatever.
All right.
Uh,
So overall, though, do you think that Microsoft has a lot of work to do with this year's E3?
I'd like to chime in. Oh no, you go ahead.
No, go ahead. You can say it. What were you gonna say, Rich?
Oh no, I thought Icon was gonna say something.
Oh, no, go ahead, bro. No, go ahead.
Oh no, I just was gonna say, yes, Microsoft is in a I would say desperate situation. Not really desperate, but now they feel like they need to step it up. So I'm expecting a lot of news at their conference. The games you already know about, like Quantum Break and Halo and stuff like that, but also the games you don't know about. And of course, Phil Spencer is the perfect person to be in charge of that division now because he is a gamer as well. So, you know, that's my thoughts.
Yeah. Icon, you got something to say?
Well, the only way they're gonna sell over there is if they create another Xbox One, like a slim version of it, and with Halo 5, like they add ninjas in it or something. That's the only way.
That's hilarious. But yeah,
That's the only way. I mean, they're losing now, really bad. So to go over there and try to catch up is not going to work because where they're supposed to catch up is here, and they're doing horrible over here. They're definitely not catching up over there.
in comparison
Impossible.
to the PlayStation 4, I think, you know, they hopefully whatever they present at E3 this year could hopefully give them enough push, enough bump to kind of get back. Well, they're in the race, but get even further into the race, you know, against Sony and their PlayStation 4 or whatnot. But let me ask you guys this, okay? With that being said, is there any one game that you guys want to see from Microsoft at E3? Let's go down the panel. Gary, one game that you want to see from Microsoft at E3?
I definitely want to see more of Quantum Break. You know, I'm not completely sold on that yet, but it does look good. You know, the concept looks good. I just want to see more of it. So
All right. Rich, one game you want to see at E3 from Microsoft?
A game that I know that they probably won't announce. The game that I wanted to see ever since they announced the system, Alan Wake 2. But of course, that's a dream because you already know Quantum Break is dropping. That game, maybe that'll come out in about 10 years or so. But yeah, that's the game I'm waiting for.
All right. So, Icon, one game from Microsoft you want to see?
Well, the game I want to see is my favorite Xbox game is Halo 2 Anniversary. If they make that, then they got a big chance.
All right. Ed, one game you want to see from them at E3?
I'm gonna say Quantum Break. I think that's the second coming.
All right. Kat, one game from Microsoft for E3 this year.
He don't know any games.
Kat, one game from Microsoft for E3 this year. Are you there?
He wants to know what the next national event is.
Yeah, right. All right. So, was it Andre?
I want to see Yu Suzuki get on stage and go Shenmue 3 Xbox One. No, I'm just playing. Quantum Break.
So most of us here want to see Quantum Break.
Yeah.
You know, at E3 this year. I think that's the one that's going to get the most traction then.